Hello and welcome to another outdoor video vlog by yours truly. This time you find me back in Center Parcs. This is my fifth annual vlog of a Center Parcs trip, and 12 months ago I did one on the Fender Princeton. Can you use it for like live use and that, with a band, you know, a drummer, actual drummer. And I'd like to just add a little bit to that really. I'm on a lovely woodland walk here actually, by the way. It's just a lovely little area there, you can go down and that. So, there's all sorts of little paths. I might go down this one. So, yeah, I used it on quite a few gigs after I did that last video on it in Center Parcs. And if I'm looking away from the camera, it's because I'm going down some tricky bits with like roots and stuff like that. I used it in quite a few gigs and that, and I found it to be excellent. As long as the drummer's not like a real loud stadium rock drummer, you've got absolutely no problems with it. On the loudest setting, on the highest wattage setting there, it's fine. If you're using like an overdrive amp, a lightweight overdrive amp, and you stack that with another drive pedal, it's absolutely great. It just gives it a bit of amp push, and I found it loud enough. Where it's not loud enough is if you've got another loud guitarist and a really loud drummer. Then I just find that 10-inch speaker, it doesn't really give it the beans it needs. But you've got the option of miking it up, sticking it through monitors, in ears, etc. For low-key rehearsals, absolutely brilliant. Playing at home, brilliant. I love the amp sim out stuff, recording. I'd highly recommend that amp still, all this time later. I'm kind of wishing though that Fender would do a custom issue of it with a 12-inch speaker, because that is a mod on the Valve Princetons. It's quite common. I like to see them do a 12-inch version, say Celestian Cream back in it. I think that would improve the amp significantly, and that might be the only sort of amp on modern stages you really need. So yeah, can't recommend it high enough. So yeah, the Princeton Tonemaster, the digital recreation of the Valve amp. I've got nothing really bad to say about it. Which brings me on to the vexed subject of valve amps. So valve amps, I've got to say, I've got to go off on a tangent because it's absolutely beautiful in here today. This woodland. This is natural Lake District woodland. Winlatter Forest is where I am, if you want to know exactly where I am. So valve amps, I mean, are they still relevant? There's so many posts on this now. Are valve amps still relevant? And I think they really are. I think there's no doubt to my mind the way they play and the way they feel, and they just have that X factor about them. But I totally get the impracticalities of it. If you're a touring musician out there, saying like a intercontinental band, like you're playing in the USA or Canada or something like that, modelling amps, they're a no-brainer, aren't they really? You know, you're taking intercontinental flights and things. You want to keep costs down, weight down. I can hear somebody shooting in the forest, quite a way away, thankfully. If I suddenly drop dead, you'll know what it is. It's gunshot that you can hear. Yeah, I think they're totally practical like that, and I do believe they're getting to sound so much better. I think in a mix, say in an arena, live in a mix like that, are the audience going to be able to tell the difference? Absolutely not. Just winding these tree roots. I think it's more of a feel thing for the player. I think under the fingers, if you will. the way that it translates through the guitar into the amp. That's what I think with valve amps. But what's the future? Well, I can see them like valve amps going the way like vintage cars have and do, you know, those vintage cars, sports cars and that people, you know, people will still keep using them, they'll keep them running and maintain them, but maybe these things will come out for more like special occasions or recording, things like that. And there'll be people like me that will use them still on stage in venues where, you know, it's probably local, you just got to go in your car or your van or whatever, and you know, you don't mind lugging it about. I think people will still use them. A lot of bands that you see locally in my area in the northwest of England, a lot of them still using valve amps and that, and you still see people using like Marshall half stacks and all sorts of things. So it hasn't died out completely, but yeah, I think whilst there's still the parts to maintain these things and the valves and everything, I think people still use them and that, and rightly so, and that's what I intend to do. But I think eventually it will be like the vintage sports car thing, that these things, you know, dedicated people will just keep them going with the bits that are around, and you'll hear them on special occasions. It will be a shame, be a piece of history lost, but that's my feelings on it. But for now, I intend to keep using them when I can. So, from a beautifully sunny but freezing cold Center Parcs in the northwest of England, thanks for watching. Stay safe, keep well. I'll see you later, guys. Bye.